There are 5 reverse logistics focused metrics that can help your apparel brand make data-driven decisions at every step. And we're talking about them right now. Analytics should exist throughout your supply chain, from sourcing materials through distribution and even to delivery. Useful metrics will help lead decisions that ultimately will result in growth in revenue, better margins, and controlled capital. So what are these metrics? What's volume got to do with it? The volume of products returned and subsequently resold, reused, or recycled is a top metric used to track reverse logistics. Brands should use these measurements to identify missed opportunities as well as problems and determine where process improvements can make a difference. Some products come back in perfect resale condition and companies can turn them around for resale at their full value. But some products don't. With these, brands should consider other sales channels for those products such as off-site, off-price sellers, or the value chain. It's important to have an understanding of the cost of materials and workmanship in order to really determine the value of the product. It's also very important to review the percentage of goods that are coming from each sales channel in order to make sure that the company is recouping enough money and charging enough money for the products that they're selling. So another metric that's really important is percent of cost. So the way you calculate this is you say, what are your costs attributed to resale, as well as refurbishment, recycling, and reuse, and then you compare that to the total supply chain cost. From there, you determine the difference in the price of the activities versus the cost of the returns. And the most important piece of this is to calculate the percent of expenses that are recovered by the item. So in other words, you want to make sure that you're spending $5, but you're actually going to bring 65 or 70 in value. And that number is just one that I made up. It could be anything. But ultimately, you just want to make sure that whatever you're spending on that process is actually bringing value on the other side. Every part of the supply chain has an economic value. Understanding what stake your brand has in each step of that supply chain really can lead to better and more efficient processes. The more you have those numbers fine-tuned and the more you have visibility as to what each individual step costs you in the supply chain, the more you can do to manage that and make sure that you are streamlining your operation so that you can bring those costs down. Every step in the supply chain also has potential for errors. You have unaccepted deliveries, defective products, and consumer remorse, just to name a few. Leadership should review the total cost of all the mistakes, plus the frequency with which they're occurring, in order to identify all the opportunities for improvement. The future of logistics is all about minimizing the impact and the disruption that can occur from returns. Watch this video to figure out where the future will take us.